Welcome everyone to Behind the Music once again. Good to see you all. Hopefully we're going to have a great show today. My co-host here, Clive. You want to say hello?
Yeah, hi everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. God bless you all. Thank you for those of you that have joined on Facebook and YouTube platform, and also the GX Radio audio platform. We have an interesting show for you this weekend. We thank you for joining us. And, just sit back. It's been one of those weeks where at work, it's just been full on. And you just wish the weekend will just come upon you so you can just relax and take some time out. So this is kind of like a retreat for me, get away from work and do something different and just encourage everybody, whoever's listening all around the world. So God bless you all for tuning in, and we do thank you. And we love when you tune in.
Excellent. Thanks, Clive. And we've got a special guest with us today. We're going to be talking about some music once again, and just kind of sharing experience and knowledge of what's going on in the music industry and what's going on in gospel music, and really about the things that we're doing and the things that our guests are doing. And hopefully you'll be encouraged by that if you're a new musician, a young musician, or somebody who's just interested to know what's happening when you see someone on stage. Believe me, there's a lot going on behind that, and that's why we're talking about things behind the music. Clive?
Yeah, so listen, I want to play a track for you. And this track is by one of the UK's finest gospel reggae artists. This track is called Better Days, and it's by LYTIE. Now, this track has gone to #1 in the UK Christian chart. So I want to bless you and just play this track. Just have a listen to this.
Sometimes it feels cold and you feel all alone, better days are coming. It can be rough in this world, I know it ain't easy. But hang on in there, I know better days are coming. You see good, you see bad, you've been hurt beyond sin. But just remember that better days are coming. Friends will leave you all by yourself, yeah, but don't cry, 'cause better days are coming. Yes, they are. Oh, better days. Oh, better days. Oh, it's only a season, hang in there. I know what you're going through, but stay focused, never lose your sight. Oh no, I know people don't see the hurt you feel inside, but keep on smiling, everything will be alright. Yeah. Better days, oh, better days. Days are coming.
That's a nice track. Better days are coming. I know everybody's looking forward to the 19th of July, but there were better days beyond that, believe me, brethren.
Listen, man. Listen, what a track, what a track. And you know what? We are so blessed to have with us the author and the singer and one of the musicians as well. Ronnie, you know, Ronnie, come on, man. Ronnie's sitting here right beside me, man. We just pull up through my door. The keyboard playing for the track, and I believe you know, LYTIE is such a fantastic guy, such a fantastic singer. Ladies and gentlemen, we have LYTIE with us in a short while. Like, there he goes. Look, this is the guy, this is the man behind the track, the singer, keyboard player right beside me. LYTIE, bless you, man. Jeff, go do your thing, man.
Yeah, man, it's good to have you guys. Wonderful, great for you guys to join us, and I think we're really, really honored to have you with us today. So, LYTIE, I want to get straight in there, man. Tell us a little bit about your history, where you're coming from, man. And I know you got a lot of history, but yeah, just tell us where you're coming from, how it all began for you, and just to take us to where you are now.
Well, I started when I was very young. My mother, right, used to always play different artists, Nat King Cole, Diana Ross, all the great artists, you know, from America and even Jamaica. And from that, I started to love music. And then from that, I started to go to school and sing. And people, right, used to pay money to come and hear me sing in the toilet. In the toilet of all people. Yeah. 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 And then from that, I decided to get a band and, you know, play music as well. And in school. And then from that, I met a very good friend of mine, David Forskin. He had a great black band called Black. I can't remember the name of the band now. You know, so long ago.
So long ago. It's so long ago.
So long ago.
So what kind of songs were you singing that people were paying for? Was it like the covers of like what you were hearing your mum play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well,
or was you actually writing stuff? When did you start writing then? I mean, were you writing then from an early age? Did you know you had that ability, or?
Well, actually, right, I was kind of a shy person who didn't really want to do anything but just follow people. And I used to follow a lot of people, you know what I mean? Until, you know, the Lord got into my life, and then I started to write songs, you know? Okay. And that's how it really started from then.
So it's after your conversion that, or as soon as you gave your heart to the Lord, that's when the gifting started to flow to write songs.
Yeah, yes.
My days. Listen, you know, go on, Jeff. Go.
Sorry, what kind of age was this then, LYTIE? What kind of age are we talking about? These early teens, late teens, what, later than that?
Well, I started to write songs when I was, well, about in my 20s.
Wow.
Yeah, 20s. And then I got baptized then, you know. But I'm telling you, it's been a long journey, and there's so much to tell you. I can't even tell you. You know, there's so much history I've got. You know what I mean? Too much, but
I can imagine, man. But listen, how did you get into reggae?
Well, I've always loved reggae. Because Dennis Brown, right, is my favorite singer. Always been my Dennis Brown.
Mr. Money in your pocket.
Yes, money in the pocket, and then and my mum, right, used to play John Holt. You know, the 2000
another
volts.
great. Yeah.
The 2000 volts of John Holt, man.
Yeah, rock steady,
over and over and over, and some of the great, the great Jamaican artists as well. And from that, I just love music, and then Bob Marley came in.
Okay.
And then when Bob Marley came in, it's like there was a culture shift in Answorth.
Okay,
exploding, with a culture of Jamaica, Africa roots, and you know what I mean. So everybody was trying to find their way, trying to find where they could put themselves in. You know what I mean?
I have to actually say, I can resonate with that, because I can remember from a young boy going to conventions when that time we were in a church called Firstborn Church of the Living God, and the bishop was Bishop Bishop T.G. Francis, who is the father of Bishop John Francis, and Bishop Farron in Birmingham. There, we used to go to his fellowship because he was part of Firstborn. And you know something, Lord, I can identify what you're saying, because I actually felt like I was young, but it's like you're going to Jamaica when you go to Birmingham.
Yeah.
Listen, even the benediction was played in reggae. Everything was in that service. The musicians, everything was roots. I'm talking roots. I mean, I've never heard the benediction in dub before, but listen, this guy with the benediction, and you heard the reverb on the guitar. I was like, hang on a minute, this is a benediction. And you hear, you're singing praise God from, and then So I can identify with that. I know that for some reason, Birmingham Handsworth seem to, it's like they just embraced everything in one go, and it literally flooded. And you had bands like Steel Pulse and all them coming out,
And something as well, Clive, the authorities didn't like it. They didn't like it because there was a unity. They were so strong that we could have moved mountains, because we used to do a lot of marches in Handsworth, Free Africa and all these things, and police brutality as well, and all this was going on, and we was together. And they said, no, this cannot go on, and we're going to break this one, and they did.
Well, listen, man, your track "Better Days" speaks of better days, man. And we got Ronnie here as well. So Ronnie, what was it like working with LYTIE on that track?
As usual, Lloyd brings me and say, "Oh, Ronnie, I want you to come and put down some keys." And then I don't know what I'm going to hear when I get there. And I need to shout out James, the producer, this James Crosdale, because James really put everything. I mean, the track is a cover of Leandria Johnson's. So if you hear the Better Days, it's more like what he was talking about in terms of the soul-y, how Leandria said. But this work, I just went up there, and then I think I heard it through twice, and then so all the keys, with the exception of the organ and some of the strings, I did the other bit. So the piano and the Rhodesy thing that you hear in there, that's me.
So Lloyd, listen, this track now, come on, what's the inspiration behind it, man?
Well, actually, no. James called me and says, "LYTIE, I've got a song for you to do." I said, "Yeah, okay." And he gave me the song, and I didn't do nothing with it for at least 2 months. I just had the song there. I didn't even rehearse the song until James, he called me and said, Lighty, have you done this song?
Mm.
I said, James, I soon come. I soon get the tune to you. Right, give me 1 day. I get the tune. Now remember, you know, I never rehearsed the song.
Mm.
I didn't do anything.
But did you hear the song? Were you aware of the song? You
No.
heard it before?
No,
Wow.
it's the first time I've heard the song.
Same for me, because I'd never heard it before.
Wow.
James called and said, "Well, come and put all these things."
Yeah,
Wow.
I've never heard the song, and I went into the studio
Mm.
and I sung it. And for some reason, it's like the song just, you know, it just made me feel, you know, to sing, you know, to sing.
Mm.
And I always tell people, you know, there's no keyboard player in the world like Ronnie.
Hey, man. Listen.
Ronnie is my keyboard player. I mean, I'm telling you, I remember right the first time I played with Ronnie, and he didn't know me, and I didn't know him at the time. And I went up on stage, and he was the only one playing. And when he started to play, Clive, it's like my voice, it just wanted to sing more. You know what I mean? Yeah, it made me sing with more and more and more. I said, wow, nobody has ever made me feel that way, you know, to sing than Ronnie. Nobody.
Okay. What an accolade, man.
In all of my tracks, Ronnie is there.
Yeah.
So Lighty, can I ask you, because like obviously every artist is different. Some artists don't like people kind of improvising. They just want to stick to the same thing. Others want their musicians to kind of reach out a bit and to inspire them. Where do you fall? What do you look for in a great musician to kind of accompany you? What are you looking for?
What I'm looking for that style that resonate with mine.
Yeah.
And if I don't get that, I can't do anything. Cool. I've got to get that, you know, that kind of yeah, you know, make me move, sing in the way, you know what I mean? And you know, Ronnie Wright is the best person for me. Yes, there's a few guys as well, but no one like Ronnie.
So it's safe to say Ronnie is the launch pad for your inspiration for this track.
Yeah,
because you know the track has gone to #1 in the UK Christian charts.
Yes, #1, yeah.
And that's quite an achievement, you know, considering that you know it hasn't really been out that long.
I know, and actually, right, I'm doing a video, and it's supposed to be out next week for the same song, and I'm gonna go national. Yeah, so
people video coming out to support the track.
Yeah, man, you know what I mean, support the track, because this is gonna be a nice track, man. This is a really nice video as well, you know.
And like you, what are you hoping is kind of the what are you hoping the listeners will hear out of this track that you're doing? And what do you consider a successful track to be?
A successful track is when the people grasp it and hold on to it and sing with it, you know what I mean? Because this English lady, you know, she called me and she says that her daughter and her was playing my song, Better Days, and all they was doing is just dancing to the song. And that alone says to me, wow. You know what I'm saying? So, yes.
Uplifting people, yeah.
Yes. As long as the song can uplift, you know, the people, that's what I need, or that's what I want. You know what I mean? And it's there.
So what's next in the pipeline for you and Ronnie?
Well, as you know, right?
I know you. I know you writing already, man. And you're the guy here. You know what I'm saying? Ronnie, you can't come late on some minutes.
You know, one day, right? One day, you know, I called Ronnie, and this time the government says lockdown and lockdown and lockdown. I said, Ronnie, come please. And Ronnie said, boy, like I can't come because the government. And I really felt hurt. But I said to myself, something. Sometimes you have to, cool yourself. But
even
I really yeah.
Oh
Like
gosh,
I didn't care, because I believe that God is my healed and He's my healer, so I don't worry about that.
Listen, I've got one question I need to ask you, right?
Yeah.
Will you is there an opportunity for you to go back to do another album like Better that won't involve any covers? Because you didn't have any covers on that. I know Ronnie can testify to that. I know I can testify to that. There were no covers, and the album is still riding high. And it's just a testimony to you, the ability and the skill there, to create, something that you don't have to jump on something that's already out there, and people still willing to, support.
I tell you something, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, because today I was at my daughter's house, and she was playing my song. There is a God who loved me for who I am. It's a lovely track, and my granddaughter was always singing. Also singing the song. I said to myself, "Look at them." So that album, right, is a great album. I don't know when, but I'm hoping that I could find some more tracks, to be as good as that album.
Really, now I've got some, man.
Best album that is.
I may have something already.
Yeah. All right. yeah.
That's why I get that in there, because I'm hinting, man. No, because something. Listen, the Better album, for me playing bass, it was a real inspiration to be part of a complete gospel reggae album or reggae album that didn't involve any covers, knowing that you actually picked up an award for the title track. A Dolphin Award as well, such an achievement,
I mean, right, I went to Bahamas and I win an award just for the album, and funny enough, but the Bahamas called me the other day and says to me that they want me to be a judge.
There you go. Get that.
Right, on the 25th anniversary of the the Marlin Awards. So look at that, man. Look at that. You know what I mean? So I'm saying
it's just a blessing of God, man.
Yeah. That album is a great album. And I might try and release it again, actually.
Well, you know what, LYTIE, I'll tell you something, because the thing about that, I'm glad you said that, because there is a lot of scope. I mean, I love the tracks, and I have to admit, you know what, the ones that I play bass on, right?
Yeah.
It's funny, you're right, because when Ronnie plays, right, the bass line just came.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
mean, everything just falls into place, and I didn't actually find it that difficult to record that album.
No.
But the thing is, there is a lot of room there on those tracks. Man, there's a lot more spice you can add. There's a lot more sweetness in them to come out. A lot more sweetness to come out, man.
I always say, if anybody comes into your life, they must bring a blessing in your life, not a curse.
Sure.
And Ronnie and yourself and Johnny and you know what I mean, and James, they have been a blessing in my life, and especially Annette B. Annette B has been so special to me in my life. You know what I mean? She's been a great woman, my life.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, what I was going to say is that if you're going to re-release it, at least this time you will have to go and sit down to pieces of paper and try to work out the crap.
Yeah. You're
Listen,
right.
I was going to ask you about that. I've heard some stories that, man, there's lots of words and no music, and
yeah. No, because I tell you what, Ronnie Wright is so special. What happened was, right, for the tracks, I didn't have no words to it, you know. I didn't have no words. And Clive and Ronnie and Johnny right started to play 5 songs, and that was it. Album was, you know what I mean? The album was starting to make up.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's absolutely fantastic. I heard the story, LYTIE, man, and I was just like overwhelmed. And you know, when God decides to put people in your life, they're there for a blessing. And
there for a blessing.
Right, and you guys just like complimented each other, and that was in wrapping up. LYTIE, I was going to just give you an opportunity just to say something to everybody out there that's listening, just a word of encouragement to them that is just like sort of on your heart, that you just like to I don't know, wish people well and just give them one word of encouragement. What would that be?
Well, right, what I would say, that if anyone comes into your life, make sure that they are a blessing. Also, right, don't worry about what the climate, what's going on now. All we have to do, just focus onto God alone. Nobody else. Just focus on Him, and He will bring us through this, and we will have better days. And that's what I can say.
Wow, those are just such profound words. LYTIE, thank you so much for being a guest. We've got to have you on again. I know you got plenty of stories, man, that we could share. But thank you so much for your time, man. And
no problem.
Yeah, man, it's good to have you here, man. And I know that I know from experience, actually being in a concert that Annette put together, and you were there performing, and it was more than performing, man. It was ministering, because you were singing, and just the music was just so uplifting, and it just gave people an opportunity just to have hope, you know, and know that, you know, there is nothing that we can't get through if we trust God.
Yes.
And that's what I got from your singing. So thank you very much indeed, man. Ronnie,
no problem.
Thank you so much, Ronnie, for your
thank you
and for holding up Clive's hand.
At least there's one screen less. We can share the screen.
You made the technical stuff a lot easier, man. So thank you.
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you,
and the Bible says where 2 or 3 are gathered together, so we can see the 2 of them.
Hey, listen, you sit there. Anyway, listen, everybody, thank you for tuning in. We really want you to be blessed each week when you tune in. We just want to leave a parting word. The only word I want to leave with you is be kind to everybody. Love everybody. And as Lloyd said, better days are coming, as the track says. And just focus on God. Don't worry about your circumstances, what's going on around you. Don't magnify those. Magnify God, because God is bigger than the circumstances. This is Clive, Jeff, Ronnie, and LYTIE. We are going to sign off now from behind the music, and we will be back next week. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.